If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Nod your head and tuck your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Hello, my name is Angie and I am the Youth Services Coordinator for the Galax-Carroll Regional Library, and I am here to share story time with you today. I'm so happy to be back. It's been a few weeks since we've had virtual story time. I hope that you're doing well. Today is National Read Aloud Day. It's a day when we celebrate exactly what we're doing here at Storytime, reading aloud to each other. Who in your life reads stories out loud to you? Do your parents read aloud to you? Do you have an older brother or sister that reads to you? Do you have teachers that read to you? And okay, so how about this? Who do you read stories out loud to? Do you have a younger brother or sister that you read stories to? Do you have a cat or a dog or some other pet that you read stories to? Do you have a friend kind of like Ruby that you read stories to? Hi, Ruby. How are you today? I am so glad that you're here because I'm excited to read a story to you and to everyone out there who's watching today. So let's jump right in with our first story. It's called Thank You, Neighbor, and it was written by Ruth Chan. It looks like there's a little dog here in this story. I wonder if this dog's owner reads stories to it. Let's find out. Thank You, Neighbor by Ruth Chan, and this was published by HarperCollins Publishing, and we have permission to read it on virtual story time today. Every day we go for a walk. Oh my goodness, look at that little puppy dog just peed. That's why we take them for walks though, right? Outside, we see all the neighbors we know. Hello. Hello. Goodness, look at all the different things that the neighbors are doing. We've got a neighbor eating and drinking some tea, and we have a neighbor playing piano, and a neighbor taking a shower. There's a neighbor that's working on the computer, and look at that one, a neighbor playing the trumpet. There's all kinds of things going on in this neighborhood. Even when the neighborhood is crowded and everyone is hurrying, we take our time. That sounds like a nice walk to me. On our walks, we stop to admire the new things that we see. That is some haircut, Max. Look at Max's crazy haircut. Oh my goodness. And we stick around to enjoy a friendly chat. I love your new bracelet. Thank you, neighbor. Our neighbors keep us safe. Thank you. We've got a construction worker telling them which way to steer clear of the big hole in the ground. And they help to keep our neighborhood tidy. Thank you. There's this neighbor sweeping up some leaves. Some neighbors get extra thank yous. I can take that for you. Thank you. Young and old, big and small, we take care of each other. So we've got neighbors helping carry things and neighbors helping neighbors get around. We even have neighbors feeding our bird friends and our squirrel friends. Even when we are worried, oh goodness, there's a kitty in the tree and the firefighters are helping get it down. Even when we are worried or we're going too fast, zoom, 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 It is important to remember to slow down. Look at this neighbor helping this neighbor off the bus. That's such a kind thing to do. And always say, "Thank you, neighbor." Everybody can get too busy sometimes. "Excuse me, hi, thank you. Did I forget something? Here you go, thank you. Can someone help me? On my way." These words work even in the busiest of times. Hello, thank you. Where are they? Where does this place, what does it look like? Where are they? They're in the library. This looks familiar to me. Whether giving or taking, or coming or going, we are a big family. Thank you. No, thank you. And that's what makes our neighborhood feel like home. Oh, it looks like our friend has brought a neighbor a package from the mail and a book from the library, and I think they're going to read aloud to each other. Oh, I love this book. It makes me think about the neighborhood that I live in, and I wonder about the neighborhood that you live in. Do you have neighbors that help you out? I do. With all of the snow and ice that we've gotten, I have one very good neighbor who got out his tractor and cleared out my driveway so that I could drive in and out. Thank you, neighbor. How about you? Do you have neighbors that do special kind things for you? And do you do special kind things for your neighbors? That's something to think about. What is something kind that we could do for a neighbor this week? If you think of something, I want you to tell the grown-up in your house about it and go do it. That would be a great way to celebrate Read Aloud Week, by doing something kind for a neighbor, maybe even reading a story to your neighbor. All right, well, I have a song for us to sing. We sang it a few virtual story times back, so you might remember it. We'll sing it through a couple times, and if you feel like it, join in with me. It's called Make New Friends, and it goes like this. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I will be your friend. Let's sing it together again. Ready? Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I will be your friend. Great job! I love reading about making new friends and keeping our old friends. So our next story is about Zuri Ray. Zuri Ray has a friend named Jessie, and we're going to learn about Jessie. And they are going to try ballet in this book. How many of you have tried to do ballet dancing? I've never tried. I think it looks like a lot of fun. So let's read Zuri Ray Tries Ballet. It was written by Tammy Charles with illustrations by Sharon Sordo. It was also published by HarperCollins, so we have permission to read it here on Virtual Storytime. Here we go. Let's learn about Zuri Ray. Zuri Ray wasn't your average kid. She loved trying new things, extraordinary things, anything but ordinary things, like snorkeling with Mom, science experiments with Dad, ghost hunting with her big sister Remy and their pup, Sherlock Hound. Zuri especially loved trying anything new with Jessie, her BFFD, that's best friends, from diapers, in case you didn't know. Zuri and Jessie took turns choosing activities, and they always thought each other's ideas were super cool. But then, okay, Jessie's holding up a flyer, and it says, Ballet for Beginners. But then ballet camp happened. A whole week of it. On the day of their first class, Jessie promised, "It will be fabulous, darling." Dad agreed. "Don't worry, just be yourself." Zuri felt nervous, but she was ready for the challenge. "Welcome, class. Places, please. I will demonstrate the 5 ballet positions," Madame Adele said. Zuri tried to be prim like Jessie, and she tried to be proper like the other ballet dancers. But her arms and legs had other plans. In the second class, Madame Adele said, "Today we'll learn pirouettes." Jessie twirled in perfect circles with perfect pointed fingers and toes. But there was nothing fabulous or darling about Zuri's pirouettes. Oh no, what happened to Zuri? She fell down. Whew, ballet does not come easy to Zuri. That night during dinner, Zuri could barely eat. When Mom asked, "How's ballet?" Zuri almost cried. Instead, she announced, "I quit." "Why?" Remy asked. "It's too hard for me," Zuri replied. "You know what Dad says, when the going gets tough, the rays get tougher," Zuri whispered and smiled. Zuri was a ray. She was brave. She would try again. Good for her. Have you ever tried something hard and you wanted to quit, but you kept going anyway because you knew you could do it? Let's see what happens to Zuri in ballet class. The third class didn't go well at all. "Is something wrong?" Madame Adele asked after their class. "I'm having a midlife crisis," Zuri cried. "I really tried to like ballet, but this outfit, this hair, and I don't move like the other kids." You don't have to move or look like everyone else to be a dancer. Remember, dancing is all about imagination, said Madame Adele. "Really?" "Absolutely," said Madame Adele, and for the first time all week, Zuri was excited for ballet. Back at home, Zuri was on a mission. She threw open her dress-up trunk and looked for something that screamed, "I like me, like this." "Too scary," she said. What's she dressed up as there? Yep, a witch. You're right. That's too scary. "Too hot." She looks like she's going outside to go sledding in that outfit. "Too fancy." Ah, perfect. Now, what is Zuri dressed up like in this outfit? A soccer player. That's right. She likes herself when she's dressed up like a soccer player. Zuri trotted into class the next day feeling brand new. "That's not how a ballerina dresses," Jessie said. "Don't worry," Zuri whispered. "Dancing is all about imagination." Madame Adele lined everyone up for the grand jeté. I guess that's some kind of ballet move. I don't know much about ballet. The students leaped across the room with pointed fingers and pointed toes. Zuri wondered where the fun was in that. "Goal!" Zuri yelled. Some students gulped. Some students clapped, but not Jessie. "Nice form, less shouting," Madame Adele said, smiling. "Sorry," Zuri said. The next move was a chassé. Again, that must be some kind of ballet move. The students swished and glided across the floor, but Zuri thought her chassé could use some zing. Step, cross, kick! It was Zuri's best move yet. Some students gasped. Some students cheered. Madame Adele was impressed. Jessie couldn't hold it in any longer. "There's no soccer in ballet," she yelled. Madame Adele paused the music. Both soccer and ballet require focus, technique, and dedication, she explained. Then Madame Adele played a faster song. How about we end class with something extraordinary? Let's dance in our own special way. A leaping twirl here, a flying kick there, happy dancing students everywhere. Everyone agreed it was the best ballet class ever. Jessie apologized. I'm sorry I got so upset, Zuri. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you I didn't like ballet, Zuri said. We don't always have to like the same things, but we can always find a way to make them fun together. After their final ballet class, Jessie said, "It's your turn to pick next week's adventure. What do you want to try?" Zuri thought about it really hard. There's math science, gardening 101, art class, magic camp, baking class. Oh, I've got an amazing idea. Jessie nodded. I can make that work. What do you think they're going to do next? What class do you think they'll take? I don't know. Let's find out. The following week, it was time for art class. Zuri threw open her dress-up trunk and looked for something that screamed, I like me like this. Even Sherlock Hound played along. Too spiky, too heavy, too sparkly. Ah, perfect. Zuri would make artist Frida Kahlo proud. Frida Kahlo is a famous artist from Mexico. Zuri waited for Jessie to arrive. She dreamed of all the masterpieces they would create. Ding dong, coming. Zuri rushed to the door. Jessie, isn't it art class this week? Yep, and we're blasting off in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this, Zuri. The end. Oh, I loved those friends. I loved how they did activities together. And even though it wasn't maybe their favorite thing to do, they had fun doing it together. Do you have a special friend that you enjoy doing things together with? Do you? I do. I love getting together with friends and doing some reading, doing some cooking, doing some knitting. There are all kinds of wonderful things that you can do with your friends. All right, well, we have a felt board rhyme, and it has to do with friends. It's called Five Little Friends. And here are our friends. I'm going to pull them up a little bit closer so you can see them. And we have 5 little friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're going outside. And they're maybe going for a walk. Can you do that? Can you walk your fingers across your hand? Going for a walk. Very good. Or maybe for a ride. Maybe they're going for a ride. Can you do that? Can you pretend like you're steering the steering wheel? Very good. Well, join in with me in the rhyme when we do those things. There'll be some other hand motions that some other friends will be doing. So join in with me. It's so fun. It goes like this. 5 little friends are going outside, maybe for a walk, maybe for a ride. This little friend likes to run and explore. Can you run and explore? Good. They put on their hat. Do, 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 do. And now there are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 little friends are going outside, maybe for a walk and maybe for a ride. This little friend likes to climb a tree. They put on their hat. Doot, 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 doot. And now there are 3. 1, 2, 3 little friends are going outside, maybe for a walk, or maybe for a ride. This little friend likes to run and climb too. They put on their hat, do 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 do, and now there are two. Two little friends are going outside, maybe for a walk or maybe for a ride. This little friend likes to walk in the sun. Walk in the sun. They put on their hat, do 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 do, and now there is one. One little friend is going outside, maybe for a walk or maybe for a drive. This little friend likes to play superhero. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. They put on their hat, do 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 do, and now there are zero. Great job! Thank you for joining me in that rhyme. Those friends were going to go and have some fun outside. Well, our last book, it's so funny. It's called The Ugliest Monster in the World. And it was written by Luis Amavisca with pictures by Erica Salcido. Get ready for the ugliest monster in the world. Hello! I'm the ugliest monster in the world. What do you think? Ugliest? Let's find out. No way! I'm the ugliest monster in the world. That's pretty ugly. Look at me! Look at how ugly I am with this hat and coat. Well, once you see me in this wig, you'll be horrified. Yeah, baby. Hey, what's going on here? We're trying to decide who is the ugliest monster in the world. It's me, right? Well, you're very ugly, but actually I'm the ugliest monster in the world. That's not true. Look at these googly eyes and these eyebrows. How about me? Look at this fur. I can't even see my underwear. What if we uncover the mirror and see who's the ugliest? Ready? 1, 2, 3. And they all fell down on the ground. There was so much ugly, they just couldn't take it. That was scary, terrifying, but at least now we know, without a doubt, the three of us are the ugliest monsters in the world. The end. Oh my gosh. At first they were fighting, and then they decided, let's be friends. We'll all be the ugliest monsters in the world. Well, Ruby, what did you think? Were they the ugliest monsters in the world? All three of them were. I agree. Thank you so much for joining me today for virtual story time. I will be back next week. Until then, read something to a friend or have a friend read something to you. It's a good time, especially since it's so snowy and cold outside. Thanks for sitting, thanks for listening, thanks for coming here today. Now that story time is over, hope you have a lovely day. Bye. I'll see you next week.